Good afternoon and welcome to my Tuesday live stream. We come to you today. We're just 2 days out from our teachers returning on Thursday, and we are 1 week away from our students coming back. And we look forward to those days as we try to get a few things started for education for this school year. I want to talk a little more detail about our opportunities for your students to bring things to school. That's been a huge comment, a huge request, and hopefully you've seen quite a bit of the information. Hopefully if you're a parent of an elementary student, you've seen that that is tonight, and they have that broken down in an alphabetical order, and we appreciate you following that. And you can bring those supplies and things and put them in the classroom for the elementary tonight. Tomorrow night will be the middle school offering that same opportunity, and that's from 5 to 8. And you can come in and drop your things off. That one's not broken down by alphabetical order because we don't have near as many students in the middle school. As far as those two groups, when you do come, you can pick up your car tags that we use for pickup in the afternoon. So you can do that when you come. And if you can't come tonight and you still want to get that car tag before school starts, you can call the office. You can come past the office at the K-8 building and get those taken care of. What you probably haven't seen yet is the high school is planning that same opportunity on Monday from 3 to 6. And I was talking with Lee about that right before we came on live. And that'll get shared out this afternoon. We're just fine-tuning a few of the last details. And when you come, you can, at the high school level, you can put stuff in a locker. If you're new and you need to find a room, someone can help you do that. So we think we've put together a plan that allows those that would like to come to do that. But again, you do need to wear a mask. We do ask that you social distance when you're in the building. And while we're kind of calling it back to school, it's really better called a drop-off night. We want you to come, bring your things, find that room, and then please leave. I know that sounds a little harsh, but we just don't want you standing in the halls chit-chatting with everybody. We just want everybody to be safe. So we've taken care of those, and hopefully that fits for your family. And if not, reach out to one of the buildings and get a time when you can come in and take care of all those things. In addition to that, we're working on all the finalized scheduling and class lists. Elementary class lists were actually delayed, and part of that was because of those students who are going to be doing their lessons online. We had to figure out how that was going to look with the different teachers. So I think that's all settled in now, and so that should be available. There's been a couple other questions. One of those was about water bottles, and some of you had asked if it can be an insulated one, so with their water they could put some ice in there, and that's fine to start the year. Typically in a school setting, we've always said that a water bottle needs to be clear so we can see into the water bottle. That's kind of on hold for right now, but we're asking students, quite frankly, to not play games, because if we have to go back to clear water bottles, we will. Right now, we want students to be able to carry water, and whatever it takes to do that. So we're asking everybody to help be a part of that and make that a great situation. And I want to also remind people at the middle school, still working on getting those bottle fillers, but in the meantime, we will have bottled water that they can pour into their water container or just carry the bottled water around. We've already purchased 2 pallets full of bottled water for the middle school, and if we have to buy more before the water fountains are installed, we'll do that. Another really great question was, can our students carry their own small bottle of hand sanitizer? And the answer is absolutely yes. We encourage students to have one of those small bottles and carry it with them, use it as often as they like, and that would be just great with that. Okay, the other thing I want to turn to today is athletics. Now, some of you out there might be going, I can't believe he's going to talk about that topic from yesterday. And we saw the comments, we saw the posts. Um, so I'm not here today to change anybody's mind from being mad or angry or uh, thinking we're stupid. Um, Let me just tell you the thought process behind it. So at least you know how we came to the decision we did. Uh, Back in early July, athletes were given permission to start having some sports and some practice. And that was very, very limited. So many hours in a whole week, an hour at a time. And the rules were very strict as to how we could do that. Because the bottom line is we want our students to be able to participate in those athletic competitions this fall. So that's how we started. A couple weeks into that was the opportunity to open that up a little more. And actually, the numbers weren't great at that time, so we didn't open it completely to stage two, but we did allow them to start having a little more contact in practice. And we took that very seriously, and we monitored our athletes and their health. And now we have actually started full blown practices for fall sports, and we are monitoring that closely and working to keep our athletes safe. So that was a very structured process from the early parts of July. So when the conversation came up about how do we handle our competitions, that too, we wanted to make sure we worked our way into it easily. And yes, Dr. Ainsworth, with our health department, has been making a lot of these decisions. And I just want you to know I respect him and I appreciate all he's done for us. And people tell me they wouldn't want my job. Well, you know what? I wouldn't want his job because he has to take on the safety of an entire community, of an entire county. So as we talked, he felt strongly that we really should start out with no fans and then try a few weeks, see how that goes, work our way forward, just like we did when we brought our athletes on this summer. Through some conversation and some ideas from others, we came up with the process that he approved about the seniors, parents, and those kinds of things. And then if things go better, 2 weeks down the road, 3 weeks down the road, maybe we can open things up some more. But we're going to use a very structured start to these seasons because we do not want to take the competition away from our kids. You may have seen that the city of Toledo, Ohio just moved all their sports. They're not having any fall sports. We absolutely do not want to get to that point because we went through a spring when kids couldn't participate, and none of us like that. And so we're trying this fall to make sure that at the end of the day, we might lose a bunch of other things, us participating and us showing up, but we don't want our kids to lose the opportunity to compete. That's still a possibility, depending on what the virus does, but that's what we're trying to do. So, again, not trying to convince anybody. I just wanted you to know the background to that. We knew well and good that a lot of people wouldn't be happy, but we still had to look at it for the benefit of our students. There's been some really good questions that have been sent in, and we are still planning probably about tomorrow to put out the answers to some of those questions. So if you feel like you haven't gotten a question answered, there's a reason. We're trying to gather those, and again, this is being done on a county-wide basis, so we need to communicate with the other schools and with Dr. Ainsworth and make sure we're still all on the same page as we move into the fall sports season. As I end today, I simply want to ask you to be supportive. I know many of you don't agree, but give us a chance to try this and work our way into what will be maybe a better season by middle of September. I don't know, but that's our hope. So I just ask you to be a part of our solution and we would just appreciate your help in that area. And so appreciate you listening today. Appreciate all that you've listened. I'll plan to be back again Thursday, which will be our first teacher day, and we'll continue to gear up for a great school year. Thanks for being a part of our community and our school, and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.